Good evening, everyone. My name is Cooper Naylor, and you are watching Cooper Naylor Reports. Tonight's live stream is sponsored by Coors Tasty Treats, and tonight I will recap the NFL Draft and give you an update on Crossbones Entertainment's upcoming film, The Shortest Marksman in the West. So, diving right into the NFL Draft, it was a very fun draft to watch, and by far, it was one of the craziest I have seen in a long time. Now, having said that, we had three quarterbacks in the top three selections of the draft this weekend. So let me go ahead and dive in. So Trevor Lawrence went number 1 to the Jacksonville Jaguars. Number 2, Zach Wilson to the New York Jets. Number 3, Trey Lance to North Dakota State. Number 4, Kyle Pitts to Atlanta, and Trey Lance went to the 49ers. At 5, Jamar Chase goes to Cincinnati. At 6, Jalen Waddle goes to Miami. At 7, we have Penei Sewell to Detroit. 8, J.C. Horn to Carolina. 9, Pat Surtain II to Denver. 10, Devonta Smith to Philadelphia. At 11, Justin Fields to Chicago. At 12, Micah Parsons to Dallas. At 13, Rashawn Slater to the Chargers. 14, Elijah Vera Tucker to the Jets. At 15, Mac Jones to the Patriots. 16, Zaven Collins to the Cardinals. 17, Alex Leatherwood to the Raiders. 18, Jalen Phillips to the Dolphins. At 19, Jamin Davis to the Washington football team. At 20, Kadarius Toney to the Giants. At 21, Kwity Paye to the Colts. At 22, Caleb Farley to the Titans. At 23, Christian Darrisaw to the Vikings. At 24, Najee Harris to the Steelers. At 25, Travis Etienne to the Jaguars. At 26, Greg Newsome II to Cleveland. At 27, Rashad Bateman to the Ravens. At 28, Peyton Turner to the Saints. At 29, Eric Stokes to the Packers. At 30, Gregory Rousseau to the Bills. At 31, Odafe Oweh to the Ravens. And at 32, Joe Tryon to the defending champion Buccaneers. So, diving right in to the first pick, it was Trevor Lawrence, of course, to the Jaguars. And I feel like this was a great selection on the Jaguars' part. And, of course, it was already a given that Trevor Lawrence was going to the Jaguars. Now, I think he's going to do great. Now, as I said, he's going to be reunited with Travis Etienne in Jacksonville. And there are reports that Tim Tebow worked out with the Jaguars. Now, imagine a team where you have Trevor Lawrence as your quarterback, you have Travis Etienne, and then I think his name's Aaron Robinson, who's your two running backs, and of course Laviska Shenault. Laviska Shenault is a guy who is used in the run game a lot. So, the run game is going to be really interesting to watch the Jacksonville Jaguars. And then if you add Tim Tebow to that mix at tight end, you think about this. Jacksonville is going to be so fun to watch. And if you look at it too, who wouldn't want to see this? I mean, the fans are going to pack that stadium every single game that the Jaguars get to play at home. It's not even going, I mean, I believe that Trevor Lawrence could do so well that in their first season, they could probably go to the playoffs. Now, is that a given? No. But I will say, you get Tim Tebow as your tight end, and you've got Travis Etienne and Trevor Lawrence, and then you got Laviska Shenault and Aaron Robinson, and you got all these guys on your team, I think it's a given that you are going to be in the NFL playoffs. Now, you may think I'm crazy about that, but go ahead. I don't, of course, you can comment below and ask me anything. I'll be happy. I'll be here till about 6:30, so please enjoy. So let's go to number 2 with the New York Jets. Zach Wilson and Elijah Vera Tucker taking the first round for the New York Jets. Now, they took an offensive tackle and a quarterback. So it makes a lot of sense right there, trying to take care of your quarterback right there that you just drafted. And Zach Wilson is a great player. And don't forget, they got Elijah Moore in the second round. So I think that the Jets are going to be so fun to watch. And Mike LaFleur is the offensive coordinator now, coming with Robert Saleh from San Francisco. So this is a fun system that is going to be watched, and it is really quarterback friendly. So can Zach Wilson really do good in this system? I think he will, because he has made a lot of incredible throws throughout his 2 seasons of playing at BYU as starting quarterback. So it was really fun to watch Zach Wilson, but it's going to be even more fun this coming season with the Jets. And, I think they're going to be a little worse than the Jaguars. I don't think the Jets will make the playoffs this year, but here in the next 2 to 3 years, they're going to be in the playoffs. And let me tell you, hiring Robert Saleh as your head coach is going to pay off really, really well, because he's a defensive-minded coach. In his first 3 selections in the NFL draft this past year, you selected Zach Wilson, Elijah Vera Tucker, and Elijah Moore. Very good selections right there, trying to improve that offense that was just, frankly, very bad. And, and you look at it, Sam Darnold, he was playing under an Adam Gase system that was really not very good. Now, is Adam Gase really that bad of a coach? I'm not sure. I think he's an okay coach, but at the same time, I think he could have done some things better with the New York Jets. And of course, I think Adam Gase is going to get a coaching job somewhere, but I don't think it's going to be head coach. I think he could be an offensive coordinator somewhere in the NFL. So that's going to be something interesting to watch for. Of course, the Jets are really entertaining right now, as of if from the draft that we just saw this weekend, if all the players play as good as we think they're going to play, then the Jets are going to be interesting football. But for now, I'm just waiting, because I don't know how the Jets are going to do. So we'll see. And number 3, this is where we really had our controversy. And so we didn't know, as if like where was San Francisco going to go? Like, we think, okay, are they going to get Justin Fields, Mac Jones, or are they going to get Trey Lance, or are they going to try to get a skill position, like maybe get a wide receiver like a Jamar Chase or Jalen Waddle? Are they going to go try to get a tight end, play with George Kittle, and get Kyle Pitts? Could have got an offensive tackle with Penei Sewell, but we didn't know where they were going with this pick. This was going to be the fun pick, as if you were trying to figure out, okay, where are they going right here? And they went ahead and got Trey Lance as their quarterback. And it's as if to say, you're going to play Jimmy Garoppolo a couple more years, and then you got Trey Lance there for the future. Now, is he going to be one of your top quarterbacks whenever he does start playing Trey Lance? I don't know. I think he's going to be good, but I don't know if he's going to be really that, like, the greatest quarterback that it comes out of this draft. I still think that's going to be Trevor Lawrence. So Trey Lance to the San Francisco 49ers was really a speculation pick, but we will certainly see how that goes with San Francisco. And then, of course, we get to Kyle Pitts at Atlanta now. He was drafted number 4 overall. And this is, quite frankly, a good decision on the part of the Atlanta Falcons. They needed some help on the offensive side of the football, and they went and got it. They got Kyle Pitts. Of course, now, I mean, let's think about this. You could possibly have Matt Ryan as your quarterback. You could have Calvin Ridley as your top receiver, and then you got Kyle Pitts right there. Now, that's an entertaining team to me. Only thing is, I don't think they're going to make the NFL playoffs this year. So it's going to be fun to watch the Atlanta Falcons if you are a huge football fan. Kyle Pitts right now is a great player. And this is a great selection for a team who needed some help on offense. But I do think that it will, I don't know how it's going to turn out for the Falcons. So it's going to be great to see Kyle Pitts. And he's one of those tight ends that are just as good as a George Kittle. So I think that Atlanta is set up for the future with Kyle Pitts, but I don't know. Can he be enough to get you to the playoffs? So, we'll see. Also, at number 5, the Cincinnati Bengals reunited Joe Burrow and his wide receiver at LSU, Jamar Chase. They are now both playing together again in Cincinnati. Now, this is a great pick. Now, no other quarterback wide receiver duo had the season ever that Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase had. Now, they have chemistry, of course, and this is a great selection for a Bengals team that needed help at wide receiver. But here's my thing. Can having a year off hurt Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase? And let's also note that this isn't the Joe Brady system you're playing in anymore. You're playing for the Cincinnati Bengals system with Zach Taylor. So can the Bengals really play good having Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase? Is it going to be the lethal combination that we had in LSU, or is it going to fail us like we see so many times? It's going to be interesting to see, but also I think that Jamar Chase is going to be a great player, and Joe Burrow has already shown he's going to be a great quarterback. So we'll all see. The only thing that hurt was watching Joe Burrow get hurt last year, and we all know that kind of injury, we're going to have to wait and see how he is. But, of course, having his former wide receiver Jamar Chase with him now is a great help. At number 6, Jalen Waddle reunited with Tua Tagovailoa in Miami this time. Now, this is great. I'm an Alabama football fan, and let me tell you, watching game after game after game, Tua Tagovailoa to Jalen Waddle, this is the greatest combination probably Alabama's ever had, was Tua Tagovailoa to Jalen Waddle. This is going to be great for the NFL. And if you don't watch a lot of football, do realize that Jalen Waddle is incredible in punt return coverage. This is going to be one of the greatest picks Miami is going to have. Of course, Tua is another one of the greatest picks, but I'm going out on a limb. This year, the Miami Dolphins will be in the NFL playoffs. And just as a note, and write this down, everybody, because I want y'all to really know what I'm about to say, because this is going to shock you a lot. But I am predicting the Miami Dolphins this year will be in the Super Bowl versus Tampa Bay. Now, if you didn't hear that, let me say that one more time. Miami, Tampa Bay, Super Bowl 2021-2022 season, and this time out in California at SoFi Stadium. Now, that is a bold prediction, but let me tell you, the Florida Bowl is going to be good. So don't miss it, because it's going to be good. So at number 7, Penei Sewell went to the Detroit Lions, and for him, I hate to tell him this, but the Lions are my prediction for a worst team in the National Football League. Now, let me say, if the Lions do win a game this year, then they are clearly going to have to really play. They're going to have to play good defense and good offense, because the way that the Lions are set up, I'm afraid for the Lions right now, because I don't think they're really set up to win right now. And it's really funny to see that we go from Miami, who I've just predicted to play Tampa Bay in the Super Bowl, to Detroit, who's going to be the worst team in the NFL this year. And take a note for that too, because I want to come back at the end of this NFL season that'll be coming up. That'll be around mid-February whenever I come on. And quite frankly, it's going to be interesting to see if the Lions were the worst team and if Miami went to the Super Bowl. And I'm not predicting a winner of that game right yet, but next week you can bet yourself that I'm going to be picking the winner of the Super Bowl. My early prediction. So keep that in mind. So at number 8, J.C. Horn went to Carolina. Now, Carolina under Matt Rule has been a defensive drafting heavy team. And this is a great pick. They need just a little bit more help on defense. Getting J.C. Horn will help them a lot. And this could be one of the most dangerous defenses in the NFL coming up this year. So you don't want to miss that. And, of course, it's going to be interesting seeing Sam Darnold there in Carolina. So we'll see what happens there in Carolina. At number 9, Pat Surtain II went to the Denver Broncos. Now, this is a great pick because Vic Fangio is a defensive-minded head coach, and he just built on a defense that was lacking just a little bit and needed just a little bit of a boost. And you're playing in the AFC West. How many defensive backs do you need to play against Patrick Mahomes? Let me tell you, an eternity of defensive backs, because Patrick Mahomes is arguably the most talented quarterback playing in the NFL right now. So you play Patrick Mahomes twice a year, and that is a hard game. So, of course, Denver, they're not going to be good on offense, but on defense, at least, they are going to be decent. And another thing, a lot of people have been saying this, but don't be shocked with Aaron Rodgers wanting out of Green Bay if he gets traded to Denver. Think about this. Would you love to see Aaron Rodgers and Patrick Mahomes duking it out twice a year? Now, that's going to be fun to watch. If it does happen, that'd be fun to watch. Also, at number 10, Devonta Smith went to the Philadelphia Eagles. They need a wide receiver really bad. Getting him reunited with Jalen Hurts, that is a great selection there. So, the Philadelphia Eagles, I feel like, are going to be a team that, quite frankly, I think their offense is going to get better. And don't forget, they got Jalen Reagor in the draft last year. So you're going to have Jalen Reagor and Devonta Smith as your wide receivers. Of course, you got a great quarterback with Jalen Hurts. So I think the Philadelphia Eagles are going to be really good. At number 11, the Chicago Bears get the quarterback of the future, Justin Fields. Now, let me tell you, Justin Fields is the real deal right here. He is going to help this Bears team a whole lot. And let me just say that this is a better quarterback than they got a couple years ago with Mitch Trubisky. Let me tell you why. Justin Fields, they both may be dual threat quarterbacks, but Justin Fields had more time as a starting quarterback in college. He's got more talent overall than what you ever saw from Mitch Trubisky. And he is just clearly going to dominate. And let me tell you, if Aaron Rodgers doesn't leave Green Bay this season, Aaron Rodgers will beat Chicago again, just the reg. But let me tell you, now that Justin Fields is in Chicago, and I'm a Packers fan, I'm a little worried because I think that Justin Fields is going to dominate the Packers twice a year. So, that's something to watch. At number 12, the Dallas Cowboys took linebacker Micah Parsons, and he dropped maybe just a couple picks from where we thought he was going to be. And this is a great selection because Micah Parsons is going to help a defense that was very bad. Now, Dallas is known for paying a lot of money and then getting nothing out of these players. But here's the thing. The Dallas Cowboys get players that used to be good and now are out of their prime. And they pay them like they still are in their prime. That is the problem with the Dallas Cowboys. It's been like that for years. And they can't find a guy to coach them right. Here's my thing, though. One of the worst moves that Jerry Jones, the owner of the Dallas Cowboys, made was firing Jimmy Johnson. You fired Jimmy Johnson, and that was one of the worst moves ever in professional sports history. This guy, Jimmy Johnson, was a legend of a coach, and you let him go. This was by far the worst move the Cowboys ever made. So, the Cowboys may pick it up next year. I'm not expecting them to because I think they're just going to be the same old Dallas Cowboys you always see. And let's just be honest, it's agitating when America's team plays like America's losers. That is just a way of putting it. Okay? At number 13, the Los Angeles Chargers took Rashawn Slater and trying to get a little bit of help for Justin Herbert on that offensive line. Now, this is a great pick because you have a young quarterback in Justin Herbert who is so talented. And I'm thinking that a lot of teams watched the Joe Burrow injury last year and said that we need help on this offensive line because we don't want our team to have another situation where we don't want our team to go through the same thing Cincinnati had to last year, losing Joe Burrow during the middle of the year. And, of course, if you're the Los Angeles Chargers, you possibly are an NFL playoff team. So you need a little bit of help right there on the offensive line, and that's a great pick. Of course, the Jets did the same thing with Elijah Vera Tucker, getting a little bit of help for Zach Wilson on that offensive line. And then moving on, the Patriots took the quarterback that we all knew that they needed, Mac Jones from Alabama. Now, this is going to be so fun because Mac Jones, just like Tom Brady, are pocket passers. Tom Brady is the GOAT of playing quarterback in the NFL. Mac Jones, he's going to play in a system that Tom Brady, the GOAT, played in. This is going to be great for Mac Jones. And it's going to be great, although we're going to have to wait because Cam Newton is already the quarterback. we may have to wait 2 or 3 games, and then maybe the Patriots finally realize that Cam Newton is out of his prime, and then they can go with Mac Jones. Mac Jones is clearly the quarterback of the future for the Patriots, so it's going to be interesting to see. At 16, the Arizona Cardinals helped their defense by getting Zaven Collins. And just being honest right here, they added to a defense that they were already anticipated to be really great, with J.J. Watt being added this offseason. Great pick. And then the offense is so exciting with Kyler Murray and DeAndre Hopkins, and then you got a Larry Fitzgerald, and you lost Kenyon Drake, but you got James Conner. This is going to be a fun team to watch with the Arizona Cardinals, so be watching for that. And then here is our shocker from the night 1, Alex Leatherwood to the Raiders. Now, this is a shocking move, considering that Alex Leatherwood was supposed to go the second round, and he went number 17 overall. And I think this is a great pick for the Raiders because they got some help for Derek Carr on that offensive line. And now you've got a guy who just won the national championship at Alabama, and he knows what it takes to win. He comes from a Nick Saban system that is built on winning. So this is a great pick, getting Alex Leatherwood. The Miami Dolphins selected Jalen Phillips at number 18, the defensive end. This is a great pick because you want to build that defense even better so that you can win the Super Bowl, or maybe not win the Super Bowl. Of course, I said they're going to the Super Bowl, so, you know. And number 19, the Washington football team took Jamin Davis, linebacker. This is a great pick because they had a good defense overall, but they need to be even better to be a good team. And maybe the NFC East will probably get better this season. Could you imagine a season for the first time in forever, the NFC East has a team coming out winning that is better than 8-8? Could you imagine that? It'd be so great. Could you imagine a NFC East champion being 10-6? It sounds so amazing, doesn't it? Well, it could happen this year. And of course, the New York Giants at number 20 got Kadarius Toney, wide receiver. This is helping Daniel Jones because Kadarius Toney can do anything on the football field. This is a great pick for the Giants, and I'm ready to watch Daniel Jones and Kadarius Toney. At number 21, Kwity Paye to the Indianapolis Colts. Of course, they need help on the defense, and when you're playing in the AFC, you need help on that defense. So, good pick right here, getting Kwity Paye. Now the Titans trying to do the same as the Colts, getting more defense. Got Caleb Farley. We're going to see. He has had some medical issues, so we'll see if he really can produce like we think he will. His teammate Christian Darrisaw went number 23 to the Minnesota Vikings, helping that offensive line that needs a lot of help protecting Kirk Cousins. That's going to be fun to watch. Of course, at 24, the Pittsburgh Steelers selected Najee Harris to replace James Conner. This is a great pick considering that Ben Roethlisberger is probably playing his last year this year, and you had no run game last season. You need a run game. Najee Harris will bring it. This is a great pick for Pittsburgh. And then, of course, Travis Etienne went to the Jacksonville Jaguars at 25. This is a great pick considering that he's going to be playing with his teammate, Trevor Lawrence. So this is great for the Jacksonville Jaguars. Of course, at 26, Greg Newsome went to the Cleveland Browns. They're going to be by far one of the best defenses in the NFL. They're not going to beat Kansas City, though. Sorry. And then at 27, Rashad Bateman, wide receiver, to the Ravens. This is going to help Lamar Jackson get the ball out of his hands a little quicker as far as trying to throw it. And maybe Lamar Jackson will improve a little bit more throwing the football. At 28, the New Orleans Saints took Peyton Turner, improving that defense that was very bad last season. So we'll see how that goes. And then the Green Bay Packers took Eric Stokes. This is something they need at cornerback. And quite frankly, let's hope they don't have another situation where Tom Brady throws a touchdown at the end of the half, like what happened in the NFC Championship game. And then Buffalo took Gregory Rousseau, building more defense, which was already a okay defense, pretty good defense. So now their defense is going to be incredible. And then the Ravens took Odafe away. to help their defense. That's going to be interesting to see also. And then Joe Tryon was taken on the Buccaneers defense this past season. Well, during the NFL draft. And he's going to be playing with some guys that are really great. So that'll be interesting to see. So that is the first round of the NFL draft from this weekend. Next week, I will get you up to date on the second round, what went on. And so maybe we will plan on 45 minutes. Will probably be better for next week. But considering that we are at 6:31, we'll go ahead and go to 6:45. So what I wanted to talk about next was bringing up our Crossbones Entertainment's upcoming film, The Shortest Marksman in the West. Now, this film was written back in the summer of 2020 during quarantine and everybody having to stay home. This was a film that I wrote that really reflected a Christian value standpoint of a Western and the need for community during hardship. And quite frankly, I think you're going to enjoy this film coming out. So that's a little bit without giving up too much from the film. But filming will begin at the end of this month on May 20. Well, it's going to start about mid-June, but the first meetings will be in late May on May 27th. It's the first official meeting with the cast and crew to get everything ready and just kind of say, okay, here's what is going to happen, and we hope that you help us with this. And so it'll be great. And the film is slated to come out Friday, September 10th, 2021. So that's still a long way away. It is May 2nd, and we're talking about something coming out in September. So stay on the watch for that. We'll be filming filming little clips of behind the scenes there at the filming locations for The Shortest Marksman in the West. So don't miss that. It's going to be great if you are a fan of Westerns and fans of Christian movies. It's going to be great. And if you're a fan of Indian attacks, oh yeah, we got it. You won't be shocked, but we do have an Indian attack, so it'll be fun. And let me tell you, the cast I've got put together is going to be incredible. I know these people, and I know that they are incredible actors and actresses, so don't miss it. And if you wanted to know that let me tell you, if this is something that we decide we want to continue, we have films planned out years in advance, so we don't have a lot of issues with, okay, what are we going to do? So also, we are going to be bringing more of our series in. Of course, Colton and Cooper's comedy show, we are trying to get that back and up and going. Well, we will certainly get you a second season as soon as we can. And then, of course, another little miniseries we have another miniseries that I don't want to put out too much about that we're talking about. And then we got another one that is just kind of like just an idea right at the moment. We haven't really discussed much. So at Crossbones Entertainment, I and Colton are discussing. We are the owners of Crossbones Entertainment. And then I've got my production company with the Cooper Naylor Production Company, which is producing this film coming out in the, well, I guess it would be considered fall, but fall or late summer, somewhere in there. And then Colton will be unveiling his studio as soon as that's over. I don't want to give up too much again. So that is something to watch for. And we are so excited about the future that we think that y'all will really come back and want to watch these films over again because we have a goal of putting a Christian view on things and just kind of being like, okay, we went through the COVID-19 pandemic and we need something on that is a film or something that really brings some joy to the viewer, and that's what we are going to bring. And of course, we hope that's what it brings to you, and we hope that this will it's kind of like a drama, so we hope that you will, like, if you are a person that ends up crying through movies, then we hope that we have made you cry, because we hope that you have realized the emotion that we're going to put into this. And of course, I'm directing this, so I know so much to this, and I am so ready to direct my colleagues, and I'll tell you, this is going to be a great film. So you do not want to miss this. And let me tell you, if you do miss this, then you're not gonna like it, because you're gonna be hearing people talk about this for a long time, and then you're gonna be like, what did I miss? And then you go and watch it and you're like, I can't believe I missed the premiere of it. So, of course, that'll be at 6 p.m. Central Time when it premieres on Friday, September 10th at 2021 here on Saber Broadcast Network. So, if you wanted to know, Saber Broadcast Network is where all of it will be fit. Well, all the films will be premiered on, and of course, Crossbones Entertainment is is the distributor, and then of course the production company or the studio produces the film, and then it goes from there. So that is our system, and we hope that you will watch this, because trust me, you're not gonna want to miss it. So I want to dedicate the last 3 minutes of our live stream tonight to talk about our sponsors. Well, actually, let's take the next 8 to 7 to 8 minutes talking about this. Of course, one of our sponsors, PCM More Gifts. They do a bunch of arts and crafts. They do t-shirts, tea towels, blankets. They'll even, if you want to have some kind of wood done and have some kind of design, very beautiful design put on there, then they'll do it. And so we hope that you will certainly check them out there. If you want to check them out, PC and More Gifts on their Facebook page. That's all you had to search, PC and More Gifts on Facebook, and they will be happy to make you a little gift. And let me tell you, their prices are reasonable. And from experience, I and Colton both, we have gotten some very beautiful things out of it. So that's our friends at PC and More Gifts. Don't forget to try and look them up, and you will not regret getting some of their stuff, because let me tell you, it is beautiful, and you're not going to want to pass this up. So, that is something. And then, so I have a new sponsor as of tonight. It is Corey's Tasty Treats, and he has a Mother's Day special. So he will be selling chocolate-covered strawberries, and then chocolate-covered crackers, banana bread, and brownies this week until Mother's Day. So go to Corey's Tasty Treats Facebook page to order. You can find prices there. And let me tell you, these treats are incredible. And you thought, oh, it's just banana bread. It's just brownies. Let me tell you, you've never tasted banana bread and brownies until you taste this. This is incredible. You are not going to want to miss this. And quite frankly, I will tell you what. I would be very proud to see you buy something from there, but it will be, I'll personally taste test live on my live stream Sunday night some of the stuff he's got, and oh my goodness, if you don't order, then what you see on my live stream next week, you're going to be jealous. Very jealous, because this stuff is incredible. So you don't want to miss that. So that's going to conclude tonight's live stream. Of course, as you know, I talked about the NFL draft. I brought up the upcoming film at Crossbones Entertainment, and the Cooper Naylor production company is producing all the action. And then I got you some sponsors with PC More Gifts and Corey's Tasty Treats. Don't forget, next week I am coming back, and I am roaring out of the gates, because I'm going to be talking about NFL draft, the second and third rounds, of course, and that's probably going to be the 45 minutes. And, of course, if I have time, I'm going to give you an update on what we know from the film. And also, you can bet your bottom dollar that I am really enjoying this live streaming stuff. So if you are a fan of NFL analysis, come back next week, because on Mother's Day, it's going to be great. And let me tell you, since it's going to be Mother's Day, I think what I'm going to do is I am going to thank all the mothers next week. So if you don't know when I'm coming on, 6 p.m. Central Time, and I'll be coming on for about 45 minutes to an hour. That is the normal. So you don't want to miss that. And of course, there will be weeks that I may be on a different location. That is just because I may end up interviewing somebody live here for you. So if you want to see live interviews, just put in the chat if you would like to see it, and then I can see what I can put together. And on Sunday nights, I may get you an interview. And it may not be a live stream per se. It may just be where I premiere it and you can watch it live. But if you want me to go interview some people, then I'm willing to go, because let me tell you, for me at least, I love just going and interviewing people, because it is so much fun to go and just see something, like go talk to somebody about something. And I've done, I believe, two interviews so far. That was with Heather Anderson, and I think his name was Tom Wiley. 2 great interviews I put together. So if you want more interviews, I will bring it to you. So just put that in the chat, and then put in the chat what you have thought about my NFL draft analysis. And then you can put in the chat about ideas for Crossbones. If you're like, ooh, here's an idea that you should think about, well, put it in the chat. We will give it some discussion, and we'll see what we think about it. So that is about it for tonight. Thank you for watching this, and I hope to see you next week. And for now, may God bless. Goodbye, everybody.